Oh, wait. The late adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Bitcoin Daily. 9 a.m. Central European Time on the $1.07, as the Central played me say that. How's everybody doing? Of course, this Bitcoin Daily we do every day because we gotta know what's happening with Bitcoin, what's gonna happen with altcoins, what's gonna happen with Luna, and right now Luna is dead. So there's that. How's everybody doing in the chat? Did you survive the night? It's been interesting, that's the least you can say about the recent events. It's been interesting. The central plan in the chat, what's up? Human capital stock, boy, how high can we go? Not that high, man, not that high, man. Nice to see you, Halko. Let's go, batch. Halko, we're still alive, aren't we? Yeah, exactly, we're still alive. BTC rally, relief rally, then back to 25k, something like that we are expecting. Feel good green. Huffy is in the chat. Vshape bought more yesterday, man. It's trader's paradise. It's trader's paradise. Dead cat, yeah, it's pretty much dead. It's pretty much dead. Moon face, blood in the street. More buying opportunities coming soon. Not quite yet. I'm resetting the BTC indicator as we speak, just a little more. Brian is in the chat. Mini hand shows 5 minute inside rising wedge looking dumpy. We're gonna see that. Bridge cable, good morning. How you doing, man? Who more is in the chat? Alessandro. Wow, final rally so all the moon YouTubers can talk how we're going to 80k. Not going to 80k, but there is something there. Bear market ended yesterday, 1 year of pain. I don't think so. I don't think this is done yet. I'm gonna explain why as well. But relief rally is relief rally, so we like that, right? Feel good green, final stretch to the dump phase. Bridge cable, go up, retest the low, up we go. Maybe, I think it's safe to say Luna is dead. Pretty safe to say that. The center flame, I do feel that from a psychological perspective, we now gotta go a little higher than expected until we drop a little lower than expected. 36.17, 36.37, it could happen. I'm gonna show you that. But 17, I don't know about that. We'll see that. I mean, it can happen, of course. We never, on this channel, we never say never. Sometimes we say never, but oftentimes we say never. This is gonna be a tricky to find local top. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky, a little bit tricky to find local top up here. Now we just had 1 year sideways move from BTC. Yeah, well, that sideways move is still a bear market. Captain is in the chat. Hi tribe, I just got off from work. Nice to see you, Captain, in the chat again. Did you buy Luna yesterday? No, I did not. I said, somebody asked me if I, was thinking about, getting into Luna. I said not with a 10-foot pole. Luna is, I didn't understand what was gonna happen, so when you don't understand stuff, it's best, just to stay on the sideline and just wait it out. Like I always say, markets will be hit tomorrow and next week, and the most important thing is to preserve the money, because when you do actually know what's gonna happen, that's it. That's when you want to go in and spend your money. You don't want to spend money just because there is huge hype about it. It's going lower and lower, and you want to buy dip, and there is huge swings. If you don't know what's happening, it's best to stay out. Crazy people making money on Luna. Yeah, exactly. Ready for a plunge from 32 to 43k. Set your buy to 22. I think it's gonna be like 23. It can be 22 as well. I got a message that I could not sell or buy Luna anymore because they did not have enough liquidity left. Yeah, that's exactly right. So there just when Luna was getting delisted and stuff like that, there was no buyers left. Like everybody actually lost faith. Nobody wanted to buy even the latest dips. So that's done. When everyone calls for another lower bottom, that's my signal that we are probably in accumulation zone from past experience. It might be that. So I'm just gonna show you up here. I'm gonna just extend this a little bit up here. What you're gonna see here, there is Luna up here. You cannot see the numbers here on the side because there are no numbers, but it's in red right now. This was Luna from, I think this was from Binance. Yeah, this was from Binance. Invalid symbol. This is Luna USD, and it's removed from Binance right now. This is a spot Luna from Binance. So they did remove Luna from Binance, and Luna is getting all the pairs. They started removing it from futures, futures, and then right now I think they're removing it from spot as well. Luna reason for the big dump, I think it was because they started printing huge amounts of Luna to save the USD or whatever they were doing. I actually don't understand it yet. but I know that the circulating supply went really crazy yesterday on Luna. We can see that over here. I think this is Coty. Let's go to Luna up here and we'll see circulating Luna. And last time I checked, it was around 3.45 billion. And right now it's 6,500 billion Luna. So it was less than a billion. And then it went like to 3.4 billion. And right now it's 6,530 billion Luna that's been printed in circulating supply. So why this has been done, I do not know that, but I know when you're printing stuff, just like, you know, they're printing dollars, you know, the price goes down. Now the problem over here is that Luna has no value. I mean, you cannot take Luna and go and, you know, buy bread. You can still do that with dollars, you know. So you can, if you want to print something, here's the good lesson that you can learn. If you want to print money, any kind of money, you need to have, you know, mass adoption and a reliance on that money. So, you know, people just cannot just, you know, start selling it, you know. So if you want to print money, you have to have a reliance on that money, so people won't just, you know, sell it. Luna says endless supply. Yeah, so you can see here 6.5 thousand. So 6,530 billion, B with a B, billion Luna is right now in circulating supply, and that's why the price is just going, you know, 0.00000 something, because this is just getting out of hand. So the price is just dropping lower and lower and lower, right? So right now it's at 0.00005. 99.97% down from I think this is 24 hours move, and you know, it is pretty much that. You know, if you look at over here, like if this was a heartbeat, right? If this was a heartbeat, this is one day, right? You know, it was still keeping alive a little bit up here, and then it went like doot 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 doot. You know, it kind of done. Let's go up here. You can see here that down here it was like going a little bit up and a little bit down, but you know, it's pretty much that. It's pretty much that. So Luna is over, guys. The game is over until they change something, until they put in some new mechanism, until they burn the supply. The project is still there. You know, the contracts are still on the chain. Everything is still working, but they need to do something so that you know, Luna will come back. And I've seen a lot of people of actually buying the dips on Luna, and like I said, I am not buying Luna. I'm not touching that, and the reason is because I do not understand it. I'm saying it again, I do not understand what just happened. I know there is huge amount of, you know, FUD, and I know that it's just going straight down, and it was going down so fast, and people are, yeah, but it cannot go down another 90%, right? But it can. Just can't keep on going down and down and down. And when people thought was, you know, 0.03, that's the bottom, it went 90% down from that as well. Yeah, you know, so it can always go another 90% on downside. Remember that. We've been saying that for a long time. So there's that with Luna, right? So I did not want to touch Luna. I did not trade Luna. I didn't do anything with Luna because we were a couple of times I've said to people, if you do leverage on Luna, and people are doing leverage while Luna was still above, you know, $1 and stuff like that, and I was still, you know, trying to get these big moves, and some people got huge gains on Luna, guys. Some people got huge gains on Luna. Now the problem is that within span of 12 seconds, we actually counted the seconds because we can see the second chart over here. In span of 12 seconds, there was, you know, 12% moves on the chart. And when you do leverage, you know, you gotta look at a second chart, 12 seconds, and you're gonna get liquidated, right? And that's just with 10x. Just with 10x. And then of course, if you look at a 5-minute chart, there was, you know, in span of 5 minutes you could go up 100% towards upside and downside. So, you know, even 1x in any kind of direction, we're gonna get you liquidated within 5 minutes. So it was crazy moves, crazy volatility. It was absolutely no reason to do any kind of leverage trading, and I think at the end people understood that, and they were just trying to buy the spot, and then it went, you know, they bought the dip, and then it went lower, and then they bought the dip again, and then they went lower, and every time they bought the dip they went like minus 50% down, and then they tried, you know, And people are like, I'm just gonna throw some you know, throw away cash on it, you know, but you know, it's just throwing away money. Like there was no hope at the end. And the biggest loser beside all the Luna holders, of course, is the KSI. Now he lost 2.6 million, I think, on the trade. Now the problem, there is actually no problem. He doesn't care because KSI is hugely rich. I mean, insanely rich. So, you know, 2.6 million is like, you know, when me and you take like $50 and throw at something, you know, so there is that. It must suck when your meme coin survive as your project dies. Yeah, I think Decentraplan knows all about that. I don't, you know, his projects didn't die, but you know, they did, you know, meme coins did prevail better than his coins. Pump, burn, dump, pump, crash, burn, print, burn, turn off, pump, cash, repeat. Yeah, what song is that, man? What song? We should probably do some remix of that song. Dukon should be arrested and his money taken, but that's not going to happen. It might happen, but it wasn't actually, you know, people saying that, you know, Luna was Ponzi and stuff like that, but you know, I don't know. There is a good video I'm gonna link to you guys, CoffeeZilla, and I don't know if you guys seen the video or not, but how Luna collapsed, I'm gonna link it in the chat. It's interesting.
It's hard to believe that only a week ago.
It's interesting because it doesn't talk about, you know, the stablecoin stuff like that. It talks about, you know, other reasons why eat, sleep, rave, repeat. Yeah, it talks about other reasons why Luna actually crashed, and it's interesting video to watch. It's interesting video to watch, and I did notice that Duke One is a little bit of you know, scumbag in the Twitter. So you know, I never liked the guy from the first you know, in the first place. But you know, it's an interesting video. So check the video out. There you go. There, you got something to do after the stream, so it might be nice. ANC was a Ponzi where it all started. I don't know where it all started, but you know, the only thing I know that Luna, Terra Luna, is our generation BitConnect. You know, so BitConnect and Luna is gonna be, you know, similar for you know, the rest of the eternity. You know, Luna dump, Luna dying is a special event. You have just witnessed a historical event in the crypto space. It's gonna be just as big as BitConnect, right? BitConnect is not going away like everybody's remembering, but we will also remember the attack on Luna, and everybody's gonna talk about 10 years from now. People are gonna talk about this very event that just happened, that you just witnessed. So when you get your grandkids, you know, your kids and grandkids, stuff like that, you can explain what was happening, you know, 2022. I was witnessing the Luna dying live and buying the dips. Enough of Luna. Next, the Hunt. Come on, man. It's interesting to talk about Luna. It's interesting to talk about Luna. So, Bitcoin. Bitcoin was rug pull. This was attack. Different games. Yeah, different games, but you know, it's still a big stuff. Bitcoin is still a 0.00. You get the point. Yeah, big stuff. Okay, you guys want to know what's happening with Bitcoin, guys? You guys want to know what's happening with Bitcoin? So what are we gonna explain right now? What I'm gonna explain right now, there is difference between 20% pump above the you know, when we are pumping above the resistances, and 20% pump when you are overextend towards the downside. So what's happening right now? You'll see a lot of coins. BPro is pumping. Let's go to the 4-hourly chart up here. BPro is pumping. No, let's go today. BPro is pumping 28%. Rubix is up 20%. ADA is up 22%. Harmony One is 24%. Luna is dead. I just have to put it in there. WeChain is up 19%. Glimmer is up 25%. KDA is up 46%. Alice is up 21%, Gala is up 41%, Mana is up 43%, Sand is up 24%, TLM is up 24%, Block is up 38%, Koti is up 24%, and so forth. But there was some huge numbers up here. Let me see if I can find it. Mover is up 40%. Let me see if I can find more big numbers up here. VTO 25%. There was something that's up like 70% if I'm recalling. I just saw that. Where was that? Doesn't matter. Maybe it went down while I was talking. So what you're gonna see here right now, that we are having this relief rally, but this 20, 40, 30% doesn't mean a damn crap, okay? You have to understand that they don't mean anything. Why do they don't mean anything? Because look at this. Every single of these coins is just pumping on a pullback. These are resistances up here. We are not breaking anything with these moves. And in technical analysis, everything is about breaking the resistance or breaking the support. So any kind of movement that's happening between these two levels, support and resistance, support and resistance, they mean nothing. So you can see here we are not even back up to 10 moving average up here, right? This is 20% move, you know, it did nothing. Like over here is some kind of resistance, like we did nothing, literally nothing, right? Phantom 36% up, literally nothing. So right now we are, why is everybody screaming we are Veracity Q coin? How much is this up right now? 26, it was up, yeah. So it's the same thing, ape. Vira did 100 from bottom. Yeah, it might be do, but it doesn't mean anything, guys. It doesn't mean anything. You have to understand that these moves, because when you get overextended towards downside, a pump, even with a 100% pump, it means nothing. Just like Luna yesterday did 10x after the dip, right? It goes down to 1%, then goes up to 8%. So it went a little bit below $1. So it went up to something like $7, $8. It did 10x. It means nothing. It's trader's paradise, right? But you know, it was still in a very, very strong downtrend, right? The same over here. We have very strong downtrend. These moves that are right now 25% up here on one. You know, 18% on VeChain, 25 on Glimmer, 46 on, they mean nothing. You have to understand that. So we are not done with the dumping. We are not done with the move towards downside. The capitulation is not over yet. So that's the first thing I want to explain to you. So right now we're gonna go to Bitcoin and you're gonna see that we are pumping a little bit, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So that's a very good lesson to learn. There is difference between pumping 40% up, you know, breaking the resistance or sitting above the resistance and, you know, pumping the new highs, and then sitting some kind of oversold levels and then, you know, just pumping because of the relief rally. So this is definitely some kind of relief rally, that cat bounce, call it whichever you want. We were expecting this to happen. We knew that we couldn't reach 23k right now, you know, nothing falls down in straight line. So this move towards the upside, you know, the relief rally, the bounce, the dead cat, call whatever you want to call it, this had to come, and we kind of were expecting that. That said, is there a pump move coming up? Today is Friday 13th. Yeah, it's coming up in 2-3 days. On 15th or 16th, there is a full moon. But we have been calculating that full moon is just gonna, you know, take us sideways or something like that, and we're gonna continue dumping into the downside. So now that we understand that, you know, these, you know, big moves do not matter anything whatsoever, what you're gonna see here on Bitcoin right now is the same thing is happening right now. We have gone down too much, and right now we are pumping a little bit towards the upside, but you can still see that we are nowhere near any kind of important resistance. We are not breaking anything, we are not doing anything, we are just having a pullback towards the upside, towards some kind of resistances to see if we can break them, and we are not even there yet, right? On the small time frames, yesterday we actually drew the inverse head and shoulders up here, which actually is breaking out. We are using this top bottom down here, but actually went down here. The same thing is playing out, that this inverse head and shoulders pattern up here. On the chart right now it's going a little bit up here. Should have some kind of target around 33,000, give or take, maybe 200 moving average, maybe it comes a little bit before that, give or take, in this area up here. If you look at this on the 4-hourly time frame, you'll see that, you know, it's a small move towards the upside, so we'll see how much we can actually get. There is several levels that we can hit on the upside up here. There is several levels that we can hit on the upside. Let's look at this chart over here. Let me just zoom in a little bit up here, and this is this bottom that's happening right now. On 1-hourly time frame, there is this inverse head and shoulders pattern up here. Let me just draw it up here. Inverse head and shoulders, right? And you can see right now we're climbing. So the most important resistance up here, most important resistance is right now this box up here. This box up here is the most important resistance right now. This is between 31.7 and 32.2. And right now we said, you know, we can go all the way up to something like 33.8 or something like that, 34 levels up here. but there are other resistances on the upside, 34, 36 and 37, all of which are very valid, but we do not know actually which resistance is gonna reject us towards downside. The higher we come, the more bullish we become, unfortunately, unless we get all the way above the, you know, some kind of 37 levels, maybe even above the 42 levels. There is nothing happening, guys. This is most likely a dead cat bounce towards the upside. There was some kind of triangle up here happening. We broke the triangle downside. We dumped all the way down to 25,000. And we picked up from that. Towards the upside up here. So this triangle did play out. We went down, and right now we are pulling back up again. This trend line up here might be important right now, the pullback towards the upside. So as you can see right now, we can stop here at 31,000, 31,700, 32,200, 34, 36, 37. I don't know where we're actually gonna stop, but this is the way I see, this is the most important level right now, this over here, because you can see down here, once we broke this level, we rejected once, rejected 7 times, right back down again, and right now we are going back to these levels, 31, 32 levels. But even breaking these levels, you know, it does increase the bullishness a little bit, but you know, overall, you know, we got a lot of resistance level that we have to get through to actually become anywhere near any kind of bullishness over here, right? So if you look at a daily time frame, that's just over here. We are still, even if we get to, you know, 22 up here, we're still below 10 moving average and 20 moving average, especially this 20 moving average around here at 36 levels. You can see how we have been rejected by this 20 moving average, this red line. Let me show you up here. This red line, how we've been rejected several times by this red line up here. And you know, up here we, you know, hold a support, up here we went through that, up here we tried to, you know, get back above this 20 moving average. So this 20 moving average definitely is looking like a very important resistance to get above, and if we do get anywhere close to that line, you know, most likely we're gonna get rejected, because this is capitulation phase, and we don't think that we are, you know, quite done with the capitulation phase towards the downside. So let me explain that as well a little bit, because people, you know, I've seen a lot of talk right now that, you know, this is it, you know, we hit some kind of 25,000 on the downside, you know, we're gonna have some kind of a V-shaped recovery towards upside. I do not believe that. V-shaped recovery happens oftentimes, you know, black swan events, some where we already at some kind of bottom. But you know, I don't think there's gonna be any kind of V-shaped recovery. There will be daily consolidation pattern, and then we have to see where this breaks out and so forth, so forth. But as you know before, we are looking at this 23 to 25 level down here, right? 25 level. So technically we did hit this, you know, sorry, not I didn't want to make this, I want to make the box 25 to 23 levels, right? 25. So this is what we are saying, this is the bottom, right? This is where we should bottom out, especially if you look at it, for example, on the weekly time frame on the 200 moving average. Right now this moving average is going up a little bit more towards the upside, up here something like this, and eventually it will hit the, you know, it will hit the box and will be at that level. We did go down to 25,000, but we did not go down to 25,000 while we are at the same time hitting the 200 moving average. So although this 25,000 over here is, you know, 25,000 up here, you know, it's difference when you hit it, right? So hitting 25 up down here is not the bottom. Hitting 25 up down here is September. That's the bottom, because you are hitting this 200 moving average, you know, just to say it a little bit like that, right? So although this although this support area down here between 23 and 25 is our target, it's not target right now, it's targeting something in June, July. Okay, so we gotta hit this 25 to 23 level, June, July up here. Where is June? June, July, up here, June, July. Why? Because we are trying to hit the 200 moving average, right? So we are expecting hit on the 200 weekly moving average around June, July, and that's gonna be 23, 25. Just right now, because you're going down to 23, 25, doesn't mean that that's gonna be bottom. Over here it might be the bottom, right? Over here, that's what we want to hit, right? So that's what we want to hit. That's 200 moving average. That's some kind of there is some kind of a bear flag up here, also consolidate here. There is a lot of, you know, super moons up here. That's gonna happen June, July, August. So that's where we are looking for the bottom. So although we are getting to these levels that are actually technically will be bottom later, we are not quite there yet. So this dump on the downside is not over yet. Now the big reason why this dump is not over yet, The biggest reason why this dump is not over yet is because this liquidity area that we are going into right now. So we've been talking about that the liquidity area down here goes between something like give or take up here, maybe down here, maybe up here. Let's just put entire area. You can see right now that we are going into this liquidity area and picking up this liquidity. And what does this mean? This means that whales are accumulating money, they're accumulating Bitcoin and so forth, so forth. The problem up here is that me and you can accumulate Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything, all of the shitcoins we want to accumulate with 1 week. I mean, we just need 1 week, get in there, and we're gonna have our bags full, or our life savings all in crypto. Unfortunately for whales that got billions and billions, and that's not just one of those whales, there is a lot of whales with billions and billions, they need time to accumulate. So what we need right now, after this big move towards downside, we need, before we can start any kind of bull rally, we need some kind of accumulation phase. So there will be no wick toward downside and then just 100 200k. What's gonna happen, and what I expect to happen, is to go down here, consolidate down here between 23 25. It can go a little bit down, can go a little bit up, but general range of consolidation up here in the liquidity zone, where there's a lot of liquidity to pick up. And this zone needs to last for a couple of months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. I don't know how long the accumulation zone is gonna last, but whales, investors, big money need time to accumulate at low levels. So we need to go down without the wick. We need to go down for a period of time, and after that, then we get this move towards the upside. But this over here right now, what's happening is the first week of the capitulation, and then we're gonna do another moves and patterns and whatever that's gonna be later on. So I don't think this is done yet, unfortunately, guys. It's a very nice relief rally, it's very nice dead cat bounce. We are expecting nice levels towards the upside. Unfortunately, I'm not expecting any kind of dump being finished right now. Nice numbers, guys, I admit, very nice numbers on the charts, like 20 plus green, everything, right? That's very nice and good. Unfortunately, that's not helping us right now, because these numbers, as I just showed you, they're not helping. They're not helping because they're not breaking anything. We just got overextended too much to the downside, and right now we are okay, we went down too much, let's pick back a little bit. So we are picking back a little bit up here. We're gonna maybe go sideways. Maybe we get some kind of green candle next week, and then eventually we're gonna go down to another move towards downside down here, another move to the downside, and then consolidate down here. Often people talk about these wicks towards downside, so it's gonna be very interesting how big this wick is gonna be. We still got 2 days and 17 hours left. Often people say when you got these big wicks on downside and price pulls back, then price slowly goes down to these wicks. Now this week came down to 25k, which is our target. Will this actually happen and then go down to 25k down in June, July, August, when we're gonna hit that? I don't know. That might be the case as well, right? So you're gonna see a lot of people saying that, oh, we got to retest the week on the downside. That's 25k, right? So there is also one thing there to keep in mind, because you're gonna see a lot of people talking about it, because they always talk about it. Any kind of move towards downside, it leaves a big wick on the downside, especially on the daily time frame up here, right? Any kind of big wick on downside, they say, oh, we gotta go back to that wick, right? Any kind of big week, oh, we gotta go back to that week, right? Any kind of big week, oh, we gotta go back to that week, right? They talk all about that, so you'll see all these big all these big YouTubers talking about exactly that. You gotta have some kind of wick to the downside, oh, we gotta go back to that week, right? Oh, we gotta go back to that week. So that's gonna be a big talking point right now. Unfortunately, again, I don't think that we are done. The capitulation is still in full effect. This dead cat bounce, relief rally, call it whatever you want to call it. It's nice because right now we are still in fear and greed index. We are still in minus 10 or whatever. It's still 10 up here. It was 10 now. Yesterday 12. Before that it was 10. So this, if you look at it right now, it max up here. Let's just look 7 days. It's been this is 23, 18, 11, 10, 12, 12, 10. So these extreme fear and greed index levels, they can persist over time. Let's see last 3 months up here. You can see down here, once you come into this capitulation phase, depends on how long it lasts, these levels can persist. You'll see that also before down here 2018. This 2020 down is 2018, November 2018, 2019, when we are hitting this capitulation phase. You know, they persisted from November all the way to the, you know, just up here, I think in December up here. They persisted for all over a month's time. So these fear and greed levels can persist for a month time. And I know from before that people like to buy, oh, it's fear and greed is, you know, at 10. But, you know, it can persist at 10 for a long time, guys. Just remember that. That's it. That's what's basically what's happening right now. Luna is dead, unfortunately. I don't know if it's gonna come back. Everything else is rallying towards the upside, but I think it's, you know, dead rally. I think it's a dead cat bounce. We just gotta extend too much towards the upside, and I think, you know, we still, you know, have to continue towards downside to some accumulation phase on the downside before we actually call the bottom done. But the capitulation phase is in full effect. I do hope everybody survives this. That's gonna be nice, of course. Even if you do survive this, guys, because there will definitely 100% be sunshine and rainbows after the rain. So these two shall pass, and you know, if you can manage to get through the dark times, the rain, there will be sunshine at the end, guys, and you know, you're gonna make it. And this is gonna be the perfect moment. This is gonna, because this is gonna be lows of the lows, right? Lows of the lows. And if you get good coins after this capitulation is done, you're gonna be fine, guys. You're gonna be fine. Okay, let's read a little bit chat and what's happening up here. I saw that Captain Kirk finally, again, for 3 months in a row, and it's not actually in a row, but for 3 months right now, joined back in TF Fans Club. Captain, welcome back. Welcome back, Captain. Captain is back in I get to pick a coin. Yeah, Captain. Actually, you know, if it's your first time in the club, you get to pick the coin. But since it's the captain, Captain can always pick the coin. Captain, what you want to see, man? There is so much nonsense about crypto on YouTube. It's great to listen later. Pretty much only source on YouTube I feel comfortable. Halko, thanks you, man. I try to be reasonable. That Luna removed from Binance. Yeah, Luna is removed from Binance. So I think Luna needs to... I want to see Dome, brother. Just do it, lol. Dome, okay, Dome, let's see. I'll just do it. What's that about, man? Dome, US Tether, OKEX, Gate.io, OKEX. This definitely some... Oh, man. I actually looked at this before. You can see down here. You can see the line up here. I was actually looking at this before, probably on 1 hourly time frame or something like that. Let's see up here. Yeah, so it was a long time ago when we were looking at this. This was some kind of falling wedge that broke maybe down on the downside, right? And you know, it just kept bleeding on the downside. So we're gonna see what we can see about this, but it looks like it's not doing that well, because overall it's just, you know, it's just going, you know, overall slowly bleeding toward the downside. It's not following Bitcoin that much though. It's not following. Let's go to the daily time frame. Maybe it is following Bitcoin as well. You know, it has these big dumps on the downside, which are not actually that optimistic, to tell you the truth. Let's see if there is any kind of moving averages up. So you are below moving averages. This nice pump came up to the 10-20 moving average and got rejected a little bit by that. Still, you know, still got something like 8 hours left on the daily. Went down here to some kind of 34 levels on the RSI, so you know it is pretty low. Weekly RSI, we got nothing on that. Let's see. So you're still bleeding below the moving average. You can see here, went down, got rejected, went down, got rejected, went up, got rejected, went up, down, got rejected. So every time you go down, you get rejected by the moving average. So this is technically in a downtrend. So the question is where the downtrend is and how you have to, you know, which kind of resistance you have to break to get out of this. I would say something up here should be give or take. This looks too high. This looks just about right, give or take up here somewhere. Maybe there's something like this up here. So I think this is the line. If you want to get any kind of move towards upside, this downtrend needs to be broken, and that's the line. It hits a couple of these weeks on the upside. So that's also wherever this 50 moving average on the daily is. So if you get above the 50 moving average, that's going to be nice. But right now it does look like it's creating lower lows. It is in a strong downtrend as well. There was another line up here, of course, that got broken up here. So you see down here, I think maybe that there was, you know, there was some kind of support line up here, although it's not that good, but you know, I like that this was holding it. So we broke that, we tried to get up, you know, rejected, tried to get up, second time rejected. So you got two rejection up here, you broke this level of support on the downside. So this is definitely going more towards downside. This relief rally, it's not doing much, you know, right now. It looks bad, unfortunately, right now, but guys, altcoins are looking very, very bad, very, very bad. very bad. So Everdome is not actually quite good. But let's look a little bit dominance, guys. And you know what? Maybe you can find the video very quickly. YouTube. Maybe I can find up here because I can find up here a lot faster than I can find it here. I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna show you very fast dominance. I posted it on Twitter as well. Okay, let's go there. So this is the video. You can find this video. This is called "This is how you should analyze dominance." This is how you should analyze dominance. It's interesting.
Not as
Okay, so this is the most important thing up here. This is more important. When Bitcoin is going towards the upside, guys, and Bitcoin dominance is this over here, right? Market cap Bitcoin dominance versus everything else. So I've been explaining how to analyze this chart over here and what we can actually learn from it, right? And if you see here, if Bitcoin goes towards the upside, at the same time while this dominance goes towards the downside, what's happening with the altcoins? And this is what this chart is actually explaining. So if Bitcoin goes up, if you see Bitcoin going rallying towards the upside and the dominant Bitcoin dominance going towards downside, that means that altcoins are hugely bullish. So this often happens in some kind of a bull market, some kind of a altcoin season. This is altcoins hugely bullish. So that means that, you know, dominance going, you know, Bitcoin is going high, but altcoins are pumping more than Bitcoin, going even higher, you know. And then you got these other three scenarios where Bitcoin goes up, but the dominance goes up as well. That means that altcoins are bullish just because, you know, Bitcoin goes up, so it's okay, but it's not, you know, any kind of alt season, right? So this altcoin hugely bullish. This is altcoin season. This is right now, you know, just bullish. Then you have, you know, Bitcoin going down, but the dominance is going down as well, right? What does that mean? That means that Bitcoin is falling down more than altcoins. So altcoins are suffering, but not as much as Bitcoin, right? And the last thing is down here. When Bitcoin goes down and the dominance goes up, altcoins are dying, guys. Altcoins are dying. So when you see Bitcoin going down while at the same time the dominance is going through the roof, just like it's happening right now, that means that altcoins are dying. You can see up here, Bitcoin has been crashing towards the downside while dominance is going towards the upside. This is that of altcoins. Unfortunately, guys, this is that of altcoins. We're gonna add the chart up here, bits USD T up here, doesn't matter which kind of chart. And you can see here, this is altcoins dying, guys. When this dominance goes through the roof and this goes in the opposite direction, so Bitcoin, you know, is falling down, but the dominance is still going up. So Bitcoin, imagine, Bitcoin is losing money, Bitcoin is losing value, and yet the dominance is going through the roof. That means that altcoins are losing more than Bitcoin, and that means that altcoins are technically right now dying big time, So if you want to know, you know, that was a quick explanation of entire video, but if you want to check the video out, it's called "This is how you should analyze." This is how you should analyze the dominance. You know, interesting video. You know, that's it. It's from December 2021. So right now the altcoins, unfortunately, altcoins are dying. Unfortunately, they already tried to drop the peg on USDT. Yeah. So yesterday, I actually sold my USDT. Because the FUD got to me, guys. The FUD got to me. Unfortunately, the FUD got to me, and you can see here that it was down to something like in 0.94. It was down to 0.94, and I sold somewhere up here. I was like, nope, not doing this, man. I'm just gonna sell my Tether and just buy something else. So I bought euros. I mean, I took hit like 3%, 3% or something like that, loss or something like that. Really didn't care. Didn't think twice about it because I slept like a baby. Actually, I didn't sleep like a baby. I slept okay, but you know, I slept like a baby. I didn't sleep enough, but I slept like a baby. You know, no problem in the world. What is most important to me right now is to, you know, go through entire capitulation phase up here. Go through entire capitulation phase. Come to the bottom and still have money to buy the altcoins, because I want to buy altcoins, guys. I want to buy all the cheap altcoins I can get. That's not gonna die, right? That's my plan. And then I want to buy that, and I want to hodl it for 2 years. But the most important thing, since we know tech analysis, is buying the bottom of the rally, right? I'd rather sleep in facts. I'd rather sleep in peace. Yeah. So sometimes it's good to, you know, to sleep well, and you know, I've been sleeping okay through entire this capitulation phase up here, because I tethered up. I even sold my biggest bag with a huge loss, but it doesn't matter, because that peg is gonna get refilled again on the bottom somewhere, right? And it's gonna be fine. But I sleep in like a baby right now, no worries whatsoever. Can still make money playing in 5% range, just keep eye on stop limits. Yeah, of course, this is trade. And guys, capitulation phase is trader's paradise. You can short it, you can long it. The moves are huge, the volatility is huge, the money is extreme. This is trader's paradise, you know, bull markets, you know, euphoria phase, trader's paradise, just long everything. Bear markets, you know, trader like that, but you know, it's a lot of boring momentum. But capitulation phase, trader's paradise. Why? Huge movements, a lot of volatility, and they can both short it and long, right? So trader's paradise, you know. I'm not saying that this is not time to make money. If you're a trader, do that. But you know, the way I'm seeing it, you know, long-term gains, save the money to the bottom. Because, you know, trading is not my thing, because I'm too emotional. You just saw me yesterday. I reacted emotionally to, you know, dollar collapsing, you know, Tether collapsing like 3% towards downside. You know, it just gets to me. I don't know why. It just gets to me. I'm emotionally unstable person. I'm not fit for trading. I'm fit for, you know, finding bottoms and tops and, you know, buying coins and then hodling them for 2 years. I mean, that's my thing. I think that's my thing. I think that's my thing. I don't know. I don't care about losses so far, it's buyer's market. Just rolling it back into BTC, staking these sets. Land sale with Dome in June, keep an eye on it. Ooh! Land sale in Dome, Everdome. I'll keep an eye on that, I'll keep an eye on that. Maybe I even buy something if it's cheap, man. I need to get into Metaverse, guys. I'm telling you, like, you know, there are definitely gonna be coins that are gonna, you know, survive this capitulation phase, and there are coins that are not gonna survive it. But those that do survive, especially these bigger Metaverse coins and stuff like that, I think they're gonna explode next time. I think we are setting up the next bull market for NFTs, Metaverse, Web3, gaming, you know, a lot of shiny things. There will be a lot of new games coming out, you know. People will be formal, you know. If you remember how the last euphoria phase up here, right? If you remember last euphoria phase, I mean, people are going crazy over DeFi, over Cardano. They were going crazy over lots of here the Metaverse started, I think, but there was no Metaverse, at least not that much Metaverse talk up here or something like that. I think Metaverse came on this move up here, but it was a lot of DeFi. It was a lot of, you know, promising projects and stuff like that, right? So over here, I think next time around, because I think right now the Metaverse, although Metaverse NFTs are a big thing, I think they're still gonna be big thing, and I think the games right now will have a lot of time to develop. You know, going into the next bull market and you know, bull market rally at the end there. And once that happens, I think a lot of games and stuff like that is gonna, you know, perform very well. Anything that's you know, Metaverse, NFT, all these fancy words, guys, you know, Web3, Metaverse, NFT, all these fancy words, VR. If you see any kind of project using these fancy words, just saying, bro, it's connected to MetaHero. MetaHero does a 3D scanning, and Dome is their ultra-realistic Metaverse project. Ooh! See, Captain, you know stuff, man. You know stuff. I like you. I like you, Captain. Captain, by the way, TA Fans Club is gonna get, they are getting the access to the Telegram. So I'll let everybody who's in TA Fans Club come to the Telegram, so we can chat there as well. And I want you to come with, you know, good coin picks in there. Good coin picks. But we keep getting a new cycle, first DeFi, then NFT, then Metaverse. What's the next thing? Like, people are using Web3, but you know, it's very, like, people don't get it. Like, what's Web3, right? Like, Metaverse people get, like, games and VR, right? And NFTs, like, pictures, you know, people get that. But Web3, like, I don't think people get what Web3 is. What coins will you buy? I'm not quite sure, you know. So I was actually thinking maybe we should start talking about coins here on the channel. But unfortunately, I think it's a little bit too early to talk about coins. I think we need to get to this, you know, mass panic phase done, and then we're gonna talk about coins. But we should definitely already start talking about, you know, what kind of coins are good and bad and so forth, so forth. I was just talking with my wife yesterday, and I told her, like, I have to admit to myself, I'm not a good trader. Every time I trade, my emotions take overhand, and the only thing I made money and that I'm actually good at is finding tops and bottoms, and then investing in stuff that I think it's good. Not what I, you know, think others are telling me is good, but what I think it's good. Because for whatever reason, I actually can actually, you know, sense what, you know, in my sphere of, you know, knowledge, I can find, you know, good stuff. I cannot tell you which DeFi project because I don't get that. But when it comes to certain stuff that I understand, I can say like, hey man, this thing over here, it's gonna do well. It's gonna do well. And if I believe in that, like I can hold it for a very long time. So this time around, I wanna do like all these YouTubers that got, you know, billions and billions right now, that got rich, not just off the Bybit, you know, shilling, but off of the buying the bottom. Because what I've noticed, guys, because you know, I came, let me show you up here. Let me show you up here. What I've noticed is that a lot of people that been going through this phase up here got rich up here. And even though they came in maybe down here or back down here, in, you know, they did not get rich on this move up here. And that's mostly because they did not understand what was very important. And I see the same thing with me when it comes to this move up here. Although I came in the space in 2017 at the top, a little bit before that over here actually, and started watching, you know, and going through entire bear market and seeing the drop down here, even calling that this bull market is gonna start in 8 days. I was starting doing my YouTube channel, even knowing this is the very bottom and bull market is gonna start, even knowing all of that, I did not know what was the most important thing doing while being at the bottom down here, guys. And right now I think I know what's most important, and that's accumulation, guys. That's like this accumulation zone, that's this accumulation zone, and that's selling the top, guys. That's selling the top. So that you definitely don't want to wait until we start going towards the upside, because that's basically game over. You know, that's all. You know that this is the suckers rally. You know, this should be called suckers rally, because you want to accumulate very, very early. So down here right now there's huge amount of panic. You see what's happening in the crypto right now. Everybody's leaving, nobody cares, it's going to zero, you know, and you know, depression will come down here. During depression and the accumulation phase, you know, down here, that's when we want to accumulate good projects at very, very low prices, very, very low price. And that's, guys, and then we want to hodl these things for next 2 years. And then we're gonna when we get the next suckers rally, meaning the last rally of the bull market, because bull market is not just this last part. It's not just this last part down here. That's not the bull market. The entire thing is the bull market. This is the very start of bull market. So we wanna accumulate good projects very well, as low as we can possibly can. We wanna hodl them for 2 years, and at the top of the suckers rally. It's not actually called suckers rally. Suckers rally is used for that you know, market cycle chart. But you know, at the top of the euphoria rally, the bull ending rally, the last rally, we want to sell the coins, right? We're gonna get the liquidity, we're gonna sell the coins, and that's what I want to do this time, because I've noticed that a lot of these YouTubers and a lot of these guys that got rich, that's actually how they got rich. You know, there are traders that are doing well and so forth in bull market, bear market, and stuff like that, you know, buying, selling, and you know, trading, you know, and that your account should definitely be something like 80-20, 80 investment, 20, you know, play money, you know, trading money, whatever you do, right? Maybe even 80-10-10, 80 investment, 10, you know, trading, 10, you know, high leverage, you know, gambling, whatever you want to do, right? But at least 80% it should be long-term investment, buying altcoins, because we are not gonna get rich with Bitcoin, guys. Me and you are not gonna get rich with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is gonna do like 4x from the bottom to the top, maybe. From the 20k maybe to 80 to 100k or something like that. 5x. Ask yourself, even if you got 1 million, is 5x gonna change your life? Like 5x for me is gonna you know, make that easier. I mean, I'll probably do some, you know, have a little bit extra spare, but it's not gonna change my life that much, right? 5x is not gonna change anybody's life, right? So only way that me and you can make it is getting into altcoins. Hopefully these altcoins don't die during the bear market, during this last phase, the bear market, and during the accumulation phase, right? So you buy good projects, of course, and hopefully, because right now everything is crashing through us, so good projects, maybe like Captain says, like Meta Hero and Everdome and stuff like that, right? When they're going down, right? We need to acquire good projects. We need to stick with the projects. We need to, you know, hodl through everything, because it's very hard buying. Here's the problem: people come into the space at the last part of the bull market, and even though they buy good projects like Cardano or Coty or I don't know, Luna, not Luna, but even though they buy good projects, doesn't matter what it is, you know. Let me, you know, Phantom, maybe one, Solana, VeChain, I don't know, Waves, Zilliqa, Ape, doesn't matter. Even though they acquire good coins, the problem is that we are already at the top, so we need some kind of correction, right? So even if you have bought very good coins, the problem is if you hodl these coins from the top, you know, you have to, you know, even buying the dips, stuff like that, you can lower your dollar cost average and stuff like that. But if you hodl, you will not make that as much money, because the problem is if you buy at anywhere at time, hodling, you fail to have, you know, the money left again on the bottom to buy the dip, buy the bottom, and where they actually, because over here you have to wait for a very long time until we actually get back to wherever you bought, right? Wherever they bought. So hodling is a very good strategy if you buy the bottom. Hodling is a super good strategy if you buy the bottom. Very good strategy, right? Now, unfortunately, it's not very good strategy if you buy the top. Unfortunately, the way I see it. Yeah, thanks. I get the example. So Cardano, Coty, you know, there are definitely good, 100% good projects. Unfortunately, hodling even good projects, I mean, still will go down, because this was euphoria phase, this was last part, everything got overextend towards upside, needs to pull back. But once this is pulled back, you know, hopefully you guys still have some kind of money to, you know, dollar cost average on the downside. So yeah, there is that. Web3 is like the 4D rides at Disney and Universal compared to the normal rides at the regular country. Yeah, so Web3 right now it's a buzzword, because I'm trying to get, you know, wrap my head around like what is actually Web3. Because people say, oh, it's, you know, the next internet. Yeah, but what is that? So once people start getting that and understanding what Web3 actually is and what it implies, and getting their head around that, I think Web3 is gonna be big thing, you know, because that's, you know, Metaverse, VR, you know, everything, you know, going in there. So we're gonna see that. Anyways, guys, we've been streaming right now for actually 59 minutes and 25 seconds, so 1 hour. Thanks for stopping by on the Bitcoin Daily. I hope this was informative. I hope you learned something. I hope Web1 password and user. What? So I hope you learned something. Bitcoin Daily again, 9 a.m. Central European time on the dollar. Ron Adopter is in the chat as well. Hi man, how you doing? You're gonna survive this, man, no problem. I hope you didn't have any Luna, man. 9 a.m. Central European time on the dollar tomorrow morning as well. Bitcoin Daily. Hit the like button on the way up. Subscribe to the channel. Not subscribe. Hit the notifications button all. That said, thanks everybody. Start by, yeah, that's good, man. Oh, you just saying difference between Web1 password and username. Where is Web2 then? I must have missed that. I had Luna. Oh, Sophie, so sorry about that. They need to start a Luna relief fund and call it Safe Luna. Maybe. Yeah, I feel sorry for a lot of people that had Luna, because Luna was actually a big project, and you know, the big YouTubers were actually shilling the project. So, you know, people actually believed the hype. It was good until it got attacked, unfortunately, or connect an account to the platform. Yeah. Stake Luna Algon, yeah. Unfortunately, people lost a lot of money on Luna, really big money. I mean, there were billions and billions staked on Luna, and there were, you know, huge money in the, you know, in the Luna price and the coins. Unfortunately, they got wrecked. They got big time wrecked. Chaco Band still believes in 10k. Man, we're gonna see. I believe in 23 to 25. You believe in 10k. We're gonna see where we get there, man. We're gonna see how we get there. Okay, guys. With that, we're gonna say ciao. See you tomorrow. I'll probably see you tonight as well. We're gonna definitely have some kind of stream tonight, maybe if something happens. Okay, guys. Bye bye. Arrivederci.